If you didn't grow up in a fancy family, grow up broke. When you find yourself in fancy situations when you're an adult, it makes you uncomfortable. I can tell you this, that when I was growing up and I was young, we were broke. Like I remember my mom and dad splitting, my dad moving out to California, my mom having nothing and being so excited when she either went to get food stamps or they came to the house. That's how broke we were, right? So when I find myself in situations now where I'm at fancy dinners, I kind of get all tense and clutched up because I still don't exactly know which forks to use, and it just feels so stuffy, and I'm so out of my element, right?
Yep.
Davi found herself in this situation this weekend in the cutest way.
It was so precious.
It was so precious.
I didn't feel out of my element until this happened. So I was just having like a few drinks, getting my swerve on, you know how it is, and sitting on the end of the table, and we're at this fancy steakhouse, and it's beautiful. It's lovely. We've got a little private room in the back, and there, like the whole wall is wine bottles, you know, there's just a whole wine cellar back there. So cute. And, you know, I'm looking at all the forks and whatnots, and I'm like, yeah, okay, I'm not eating. No, I'm drinking right now. This is a non-issue. And then, like, Kristin said, hey, you know how you can tell it's a fancy place is when they got chargers. And I was like, oh, and my phone's about to die. So I could use one.
She turns around and looks at the wall and looks for plugs.
I looked at every outlet like 16 times, and Kristin's like, what are you watching, a tennis match? And I'm like, I'm looking for these chargers, these elusive chargers. And she's like, oh, God.
You mean the things our plate are on?
Like,
so Mo's looking at you like you don't know it, like you got, he still doesn't know, right?
I have no idea what y'all talking about right now.
You didn't even know what it was.
No.
It was in front of him.
I thought it was a football team. No clue.
I was looking for an outlet.
Now you know what is a charger.
A charger is a stupid plate that you don't eat on. It's just an extra one that you have to wash later.
So stupid. You know that big old plate on top of your plate?
Underneath your plate, not on top of.
It's underneath everything, and it just
it looks pretty.
Okay, yeah,
Dumb.
it's decorative plate.
What a
I have
waste.
Christmas chargers I put out at Christmas.
I didn't know that's what they were called.
So she's so busy looking in the walls for these phone chargers.
And it lasted a while. Like, I was probably looking for phone chargers for like a whole 25 seconds before Kristin was like, what are you doing?
I was so perplexed. And then when I realized what she was doing, I fell out. Like,
So funny.
Literally almost fell out of my chair.
All right, so let's make sure these situations don't happen to you again when you're in a fancy restaurant, okay?
Okay. All right. It makes me feel better to know that Mo is not a lady either.
I'm with you.
You're not a lady.
I'm not.
I don't know why I feel compelled to do this quiz in this voice, but this is what's going to happen. I found an etiquette quiz from Marilee McKee. She is a manners mentor.
I'm going to predict you're not going to be able to do this for 5 minutes.
I think I can.
I don't want her to. I'm already tense.
Your first question, Davina. When should you be certain to reciprocate a compliment you were just given? Is it A, every time you're given one, B, it's never required, or C, when you've been complimented on your appearance or something you're wearing?
Oh, my gosh.
When should you be certain to reciprocate a compliment you were just given?
I think it'd be inauthentic to just fire off one back every time you're given one, right? So never expected. Is that choice B?
Yeah,
It is
that was
B.
B.
B. It's never should be expected for me to compliment you back.
I feel like it's a complimentary tennis match, that in this world, you should have to probably say something nice back. Well, don't your pearls look nice, too?
That is
That was my Chrisley
Is that
voice.
it? Okay.
That's your Chrisley voice. That is something that happens to women over 30 is they'll be like, oh my God, nice shoes. And I'll be like, oh my God, nice. And then I like Terminator scan their body. think. Watch. Nice watch.
I'm thinking B.
B?
Which one was mine? Complimentary back?
Every time
A.
you give one A.
Yeah.
The correct answer is B.
B?
Yeah.
Oh,
Way to go.
It's inauthentic. That's true.
Ready? According to Marilee, compliments are verbal gifts. Each day you receive one is like your birthday.
It's a verbal gift.
You can receive presents, compliments, without giving them in return. In fact, doing so allows others to flex their kindness muscles. Accept the compliment. If you don't happen to agree with the compliment, don't let the person know. Doing so is the conversational equivalent of throwing the gift back.
I am going to start referring to the Bert Show as a verbal gift.
Verbal gift.
If you are listening right now, this is your verbal gift. You're welcome.
I would like to compliment you on your radio show choice.
All right. Question 2 from Marilee. When is the most gracious time to respond RSVP to an invitation? A, within 24 hours of receiving said invitation. B, within 1 week of receiving the invitation. C, anytime before the respond by date listed on the invitation.
1 week.
Anytime before the respond by date.
B, C.
B.
You are all incorrect.
Hey.
Within 24 hours of receiving
It's
the
too late.
Change it after
It's
the fact.
too late.
Who's got that kind of time?
It seems like responding within 24 hours doesn't give you much time, but that's the whole point of doing it. You see, receiving an invitation is an honor.
What?
Even if it's to an event you'd rather not attend. So responding quickly repays the honor.
In
She's wrong.
24 hours? No.
That's
no.
ridiculous.
So
No.
I'm just going to say yes to everything if that's etiquette and then cancel later.
That's fine.
Okay.
No, it takes longer to get killed by a black widow spider than they're asking for you to RSVP to a baby shower. No.
All right, I got 2 more. You want 1 or 2? One's really good. You want 1 or 2 more? Because I don't know what time.
I'm always wonder what the
deferring-
other one was.
I'm deferring to the time manager.
Let's do 1 and then we'll do QVC roulette for Mo.
Perfect.
Because it's his birthday today.
Okay. Your last question. If you're with someone who passes gas and then says, "Excuse me, what's the most gracious way to respond?" A, say, "That's okay. It happens to all of us." B, try to keep the mood light by saying something similar to better you than me today. C, don't say anything. You can acknowledge with a smile or a nod to show you heard the person's comment.
So this is mouth, not booty.
No,
Passing
this passes gas.
So I'm going to
Yeah,
say
like
that
a
comes
burp.
out of the
No,
butt.
no, passes
Like
gas.
a fart.
Fancy
Yes.
people would say belch if they were talking about burps.
Okay.
Passing gas is a toot.
Okay.
Are you going to say that's okay? It happens to all of us. Better you than me today, or just smile and nod?
You look like a smiling nod kind of guy.
Like, you know and I know. We're just going to keep it right here. Okay.
You're such a lady bird.
I'd say don't say anything, man. Nothing. The fancy people won't say anything.
I'm going with choice D, flip the table and say, "How dare you break wind in my presence? Move your nasty butt outside."
I feel like this happens in the bathroom for men all the time because you can't really urinate and hold it at the same time. Do you know this happens?
Yes, yeah.
And you
But
got-
in there, I mean, that's like fair game, though, in a bathroom.
No, it's fair game, but I'm not going to say anything. Is what I'm saying. You kind of nod like, okay, and that's it. See.
You guys did good.
We did it.
See?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I failed.
Bathroom and bodily noise etiquette isn't something we want to have to think about, but knowing about it is a social lifesaver, both for the offender and those nearby. You might think it's best to set the person's mind at ease. However, passing gas is what's politely called as a social unmentionable. And since it's unmentionable, it's best for us not to say a word about it.
While we're on this subject, can I tell you guys about the most anxious 60 seconds of my day yesterday? So I'm coming down in the elevator with somebody in the elevator. We are on the 5th floor. This person gets off on the 3rd floor. When the door closes, I clearly smell that they have farted in the elevator.
They crop dusted you?
They crop dusted me in the elevator, but the doors are closed already. Now, I've got 3 more floors to go down, and I am panicking. If somebody walks into the elevator, they're going to think that's me.
Totally.
Luckily, we didn't have anybody, but rude. Rude butt setup. That's all I'm saying.
Left you a little gift.
It's a social unmentionable.
The Bert Show.